I was never scared or afraid or whatever. I never was threatened or whatever. It was legal what happened to me, illegal or illegal. And I was I had my own natural intelligence, whatever. I had a deep text that I wrote for based on my. I'm completely wrong now. I'm in the wrong. This is the recordings, wrong reality, wrong anything, and it's not subjective. I was very generally quite attractive. Because I'm very honest with nature, or whatever, and this is all just I just love myself enough to remember. I suppose. Well, it's a bit what is in a oh god, a human being's body or whatever. And I to the best I'll be missed. To the best I expect. I'll be missed. He'll be missed or whatever. And I had some deep conscience, and I sort of have a sense of humour. I had a very mature, with it, competent sense of humour, and and then Francis J. Frog, when I said Francis J. Frog, and I believe that extract my intelligence from some higher thing or whatever about anything at all. I engaged very richly, deeply with who I was, and yeah, it's just an individuality to man as I. And I am he, and and um um and That's interesting. I think it'll be for some purpose of. Oh, hardly. No, it's completely false about that. No, delusional girl is completely false. Nobody in reality in my body brain really would ever think so. I was such an individual that, I had such a deep sense of love for myself and a deep sense of I and things. And when you're talking about for life, and everything else on the joke back then is that I was there's a clear difference, but no, I was the least like prejudiced, or nobody really thinks so. People these things don't really think so. I'm sure. No, I never did that. Well, I suppose as an individual, because I've talked to me as an individual, and I don't know really. I don't know. No, that wasn't the truth. Whatever, it really wasn't the truth. This is why I've been so baffled all the time. I really was a delusional woman. That's ridiculous. I was a man. There's no such a woman as a man. Stop calling me a delusional woman. Stop calling him a delusional woman. Well, I wasn't or whatever, on a time machine or whatever. The woman would genuinely be like that with her pussy, yes. And I'm literally telling them the truth every fucking day. I know what that is the whole time. I just was who I was, and I was just an individual with love and compassion for children and women and girls. And my voice genuinely had to go a lot deeper. Well, I suppose I was very I don't know, I was very caring and loving or whatever, an earthly sort of love or whatever, and no, I was so caring, so much clarity to me or whatever. Genuinely, this is all the truth of genuinely just deeper knowledge of myself or whatever. No, it's criminal and disgusting. I was feeling a miracle and nobody, it's a crime. Thin, miracle and thinness. That was informed to me years after I turned my head on an Instagram live stream and I recognised the name or whatever, and I thought that was my name or whatever. And, well, you could never experience me as being such, so I really don't see how. I was hardly a delusional woman, was I? Well, it's just something that couldn't be possible to occur, and I had a maturity. Oh, I see, I had a maturity about me and some sense of conscience and humour and love. I haven't loved for a very long time, and well, rest assured, I was just doing like garbage. I only felt my emotions and knew me to be fully an individual as I was, man. No. I was just very honest and genuine, and it didn't read like this at all. It wouldn't have been possible to read like this at all, and none of my thoughts or my feelings or emotions, and you can just change somebody's condition over time, and but that never did, and I guess so. I guess so. No, I'm not. That was clearly the deepest level, but no, Well, they didn't even know me, clearly, otherwise you would have just stopped and felt guilt or whatever, and this is why, because they didn't feel anything I felt or knew and cared, and I was just stopped. It wasn't like that at all, no, it wasn't like that at all, no. Well, it wasn't, this is all false in like an objective reality way to something that knows me at the time and thinks rationally about normality and sense in a way. No, not at all. I was just a genuine individual. But no, that's wrong and immoral and guilty, and to say I am like that, and it's criminally psychotic to say I was a girl. Because I'm hardly a woman, was I? And this was the shit that they... Whatever, it's wrong to say that about me, it was just possible later on, but I studied health and disease or whatever. For 3 years I wrote deep text about who I was and how I felt morally, and I had a moral compass or whatever. Well, they really didn't know me at the time, you can tell, and they would regret it and say they actually did something wrong with them, and well, people benefited from knowing that there probably was genuinely a physical, invisible time machine that they would laugh in your fucking face at everything because they'd get well, Mariah, whatever, was MRI, or whatever, anatomy of the body. Mariah was a woman I kissed or whatever, and but the sexuality of the hormone or whatever, it's genuinely called a hormone, it's kind of like that, would have, but I was the most innocent man ever, and I just sort of having a conscience or whatever. It's the last year or whatever, and it's rest in peace to the goat of all time, but the recordings now are false, whatever, and I had genuinely a deepness to my voice, and I didn't sound anything like that, and it's not subjective. I was genuinely a very pure, beautiful, benevolent man. This is actually all the truth, whatever, and this can be factually by somebody with a brain. And it is with a brain, isn't it? Oh, it's with a brain. Well, they don't have a brain. Well, I suppose. You don't have brains, but something would have a physical body, with anatomy, which is a physical body. And an MRI scan is a scan of the anatomy, which is the body. Anna and Tom are two people I dated. And, Mariah, or whatever, no, you've never felt who I was. Clearly, I really wasn't. I was fully an individual, and my emotions and my thoughts, and I developed and advanced the moral, genuine honesty to I was, and it was much genuinely superior when I don't know, I developed my sense of self from a male hormone or whatever in my body, which I had actually originally for a year, 2000, I really, really made my voice really, really, really deep. Well, it is possible, it's not like that, it's kind of, I don't know, really. Well, it is genuinely the truth, and it does, and it cracks and breaks over time, whatever, and makes you very knowledge mature, whatever, and we must be strange, we might feel strange. It's not subjective, it's disgusting. I much prefer it when it's deeper, and the key changes and the... Well, I don't know what they are, but the key changes and the shift change are only possible because of it. There's only proof left in the quality. But anyone who experienced me would have been a fucking audience in my fucking mouth. Really an audience in my fucking mouth. Audience. Well, I'm legitimately how to do that, clearly. Anyone else missing out, I sent a clear message to myself, it probably has truth to it, missing out, and I wish you knew. Oh, that's sad, because I have been a clear message to myself over time. Is that I am scared about children, whatever, some genuine natural development, some kind of primary school could have documented with my voice. I could have saved my life when you talk to you, I could have saved my life, I could have documented when my body changed or whatever, in some actual physical way it did, and I'm not lying, I'm at least lying of them all at the time, whatever. I was honest, genuinely, I was truly, I don't know, as an individual man, or whatever, had an artistic craft or whatever, and another read on it, how you know yourself is clearly how you know yourself, isn't it? Yeah, and oh, so I don't think time is dad and energy, and it's a pretty easy thing to think, really. It's an easy thing to think, but I call it a distinction, even though it's fucking ridiculous to say it's a distinction. I think some scientific way. I call myself a scientist, which just means an old scientist is like, oh, it's important and everyone should care and analyse in some sort of way for the... Is that, but, nobody, they would, I see, said the blind man. I see, said the blind man. But yeah, like that, whatever. It didn't go all the way, whatever. Yeah, I believe so anyway. I believe it. Some it is. I believe so. I know deep down it's the case, and I prefer. I idolized myself as a thing, as a man back then. I idolized myself, and that's going hard as somebody who notices how. Anyway, I didn't translate things weirdly, or whatever. I didn't translate things weirdly, or whatever. I don't know. I just an individual sense of myself that really. I don't know. But I don't need a time machine or whatever. And I wanted to be the first person, first man, or whatever, to make a time machine. And anyway, Blind Mole or whatever. It was Blind them all, or the people within or whatever. All those niggas or whatever. All those niggas. And I don't know. I said it pretty funny or whatever. And I don't know. I figured it out. Whatever. And it's pretty funny and well and good today. I had a pretty genuinely. I made pretty funny jokes or whatever. No, it was a wrong read on me. I feel that every time. Not because it's in the past or whatever. Just genuinely just. Puberty started. I didn't like my chest or whatever. And the governing medical body do actually do it, and governing medical body, I say. I want it done in my lifetime. Well, we're gonna start. And no, it's all really much better true for some physical anatomical body in the time machine, which is maybe they do come in as skeletons or something. I don't know. And I see dead people. Oh well, I wish ghosts would. Yeah, I wish a ghost were like a dead person. Oh, that's a scary memory. Oh, so is that. Oh, so in Virginia Ward Turner. Well, I had my own intelligence or whatever. I had my own intelligence, but I do believe in God. I would relate more to a little boy or whatever. It's just birth and what you're assigned at birth, basically. That's all it really is. And all I'm ever saying is, I was just assigned something else at birth, and that's literally it. Otherwise, from the beginning, you do literally just feel different than the word you were given and the saying you are. And but I don't know. Mariah was for an MRI scan, you would get over a body, and anatomy is the name for a human body, like a skeleton, the parts or whatever, and that's their anatomy, all of their anatomy. This isn't ET or anything. This is all human shit. We know this. And an MRI scan, MRI, whatever. And CT, and I kissed her. I wasn't really 16 years old, whatever. It really brings out your confidence or whatever, and in some sort of way, the hormone or whatever, brings out your confidence, and you're more outspoken, you're more well able to communicate. And but I didn't document that. It literally my voice getting less deeper over time because it would have saved my life as a doctor. You've got a job for life, and there's a scary memory of the jigsaw that I had in the house or whatever with the ghost or whatever. A scary memory in a curry mallet or whatever. That's a very spontaneous. You have to say it's very spontaneous, and there's nothing saying otherwise. That says. Well, I don't know. Very disconnected with who I am or whatever. But women have a big thing, and lesbians have a big thing about loving women or whatever, other women, and she was very she liked women who were not told they were women at first. And she was heard that funny joke or whatever, and I felt bad about it at the time. But it was like well, I shouldn't laugh, but it was like oh my god, that was so funny. But I did feel guilty. I was like, oh, she's gonna kill herself. And I was on the phone or whatever to the police or whatever, and it was like, oh no, my friend's my bitch or whatever. We ruined our relationship. We were just really good friends, and oh, she's gonna kill herself. I know she's gonna kill herself. I had a very dark sense of humour as a case. Oh, very dark sense of humour. She's gonna kill herself. It's just so funny at the time. It was like 10 babies went every second on cars or whatever, and it was a myth or whatever. I exaggerated myself. It was like 10 babies went every second. That's just a wrong feeling. My laugh, whatever. And for reference sake, I can only say this because it's possible to, and this is all just not cleverly, whatever. I'm not ever like clever in that way. I just say my laugh or whatever was never affecting who I was as an individual, as man individual. I laughed and I continue to be myself, and I assume it is sort of magical, but it must have developed facial muscles on me because I was the greatest performer ever, and I was an actor as well, and I probably I had a great expression, but all of this is distinctly like that to me in an interesting way that is verifiable to something. But that is pretty spontaneous, you have to say, is that in a Curry Manor or whatever, yeah, it's allowed to be, I guess, and there was a spooky thing, oh, and that. And so I looked at the green wall or whatever, and well, it is genuine. I do feel like Jesus Christ. Yes, I the Jesus, Hesus, and the T of the cross or whatever. The testosterone or whatever is the male hormone or whatever is genuinely called a hormone, much to my bad luck is genuinely called a hormone. How funny is that? It does cycle the body, it's literally called a hormone. No, it is. I'm not making anything up. I'm really not making anything up. And Jesus Christ and fucked is just like a British way to say fucked. Fucked it back into him. Fuck Jesus Christ with my new penis back into being a man when he died. And I'm just saying I had the teeth when I was a kid, and I'm just making a joke about I'm not anything like that. I'm very naturally sweet with children or whatever, and I've lost that part of my nature is the case, and I don't have a conscience anymore, a sense of humour, and I haven't done for a year, and it's rest in peace to the goat. I was really sweet or whatever, a little boy or whatever, I relate more to a little boy or whatever, and a little girl, but maybe my intelligence, morally or socially, would be extracted for some civilization. But anyway, the jigsaw puzzle with the ghost, that's pretty spontaneous memory, that's eyes. And then the wall, the intelligent thought of the wall. Oh, so I had a brick wall, and the wall was green or whatever, and I had a really intelligent thought in 2008. I lived at the Acres, they hate us. I lived at the Acres. 21 or whatever, 21. I've never been like that about things or whatever. And my nature, this is wrong, it's wrong, or whatever. But and I'm like an earthly love or whatever that people would really understood it or whatever, but I'm not really able to engage my skills later on in a way that maybe unfair or whatever. Well, I suppose, a MRI is a full body picture scan and anatomy or whatever, the body or whatever. Well, I suppose that would be like that to me if they did. They would have to date the same names in a random thing of like being born on this planet or whatever. No, Mars is a place in the past of our language. That's spontaneous. Thank you. That's spontaneously remembered is all I ever think, and to the rest I'll be missed, to the best I'll expect. That's my memory, we know. Well, it is my memory, and it's spontaneous or whatever, that to the rest, that was, to the rest I'll be missed, something about, well, it's just how it is. Well, I wasn't. I literally never had been. I literally was a distinctly individual man. I was genuinely such an individual good kind. Before, I was before, but I was more of an individual then to really pass as either woman or man, to be honest. So either or, really. I suppose so. I think so. I'm assuming everything I'm saying indeed is true in some sort of mythological way to myself. And some. But anyway, they would have to date. They'd have to be given people with the same name. And, oh, come on. But that would be stupid. A random major they would give them a date the same name or whatever, and with the teeth as well, and we never know each other. Otherwise, it's just me several million times, and ouch. But no, nobody want to see me suffer or whatever. Really, I was a legal criminal or whatever. I've got a crime back then or whatever. Oh, I don't know really. I don't know, like. Well, Mariah, whatever, would have to be well, link. So a domain is called .com, .in, .net. Well, I'm allowed, surely it's nature. I was very tapped into nature as a whole human man or whatever, and it was a very, very individual sense. And I was, I think it was a paradox, the teeth. I genuinely think the teeth were given to me as a paradox to say I was a sexually attractive man. He's a doctor or whatever, apparently gave me a thing or whatever, but... And then there was a thing where I fell off a scooter when I was 3 years old. Now I have a tongue scar. Tongue. And I have a tongue scar like that. That was original, to be honest. I fell asleep and I hit the scooter or whatever, and I was sort of joke about Scooter Brawl, and I was a cute version of me, but I was nostalgic for my personality about Scooter, and I said to him, in 2020, I said to him, it's for a role, I'm an actor, it's for a role, and I sent him a picture of a goat, and I said, don't mind me, I'd like my name to be Bike, I wish my name was Bike, which is too bi, I suppose, and, I wish my name was Bike. Very nostalgic for my personality about him. And the Zionist thing, whatever, it's a moral thing about him being called whatever, and I was too cold or whatever, I wouldn't take off my clothes and was an outdoor or whatever, and I was a little boy or whatever, as a child or whatever, and I know what the innocence of a child is, it says. Well, I think it was a paradox, and the teeth were given to me as a disclosure to say I always was. And the paradox, whatever, but then again, paradox, I'm allowed, and natural, and doesn't confirm anything, it's all cool, it's all like the only evidence ever to you. Well, no, even if I stuck around, somebody would be very aware of me and love me the whole time very deeply, I say. And they would, even if I didn't know, and it's I know too, to me, the whole time. Like, I've been pointed this out much later on, that, it was a spontaneous, it was myself or something, I don't know. It probably is like a higher self that literally exists with like a literal soul and consciousness that literally observes me the whole time and says, Pinnacle! Pinnacle. Pin. Nip. A cool. Pinnacle. Nipple cool. Coggenrod, yes. That's self. I want that to happen, like a really cool thing where I appear in the mirror and I'm like, hi. Like a miracle or something. Well, that's what I think cool shit is, just suddenly shit changing and some time travel in the street or whatever. Anyway, the street got misty or whatever, I'm so ugly. It's disgusting that I'm not. I'm the opposite of what the woman is man. God, and I like to be attracted, but anyway, I had different facial sort of things, and genuine, not like crazily or whatever. None of it's crazy. I invented sanity. It was kind of pointed out to me in some genuine way of opinion that you invented sanity or whatever, and it sounds legit. Pinnacle, let's go to Caston! Blast! You're not taken in! Okay, no, but Pinnacle, Anyway, the memories, things or whatever. But it's like Jesus Christ sacrificing me the tea, whatever, the testosterone on the cross or something, made a joke, whatever. It's like he's on the cross of a second coming of Christ, but I never really gave it a second thought, but I did think I was the second coming of Christ, whatever, and who blames me, really? I had a big thing about loving Jesus and a rapper, because I got a ruckus of bitches first, but anyway, my facial features and my thing, whatever, when I was out of maturity to me, of some knowledge kind, I lost knowledge at some point, I was nothing like this, whatever, but not crazily, whatever, I don't know, it's like I'm noticing some, but not comparing in any way, but anyway, when I was truly a facially different human being, muscles, fat, whatever the fuck it is, it probably isn't anything muscles, fat, probably some magical, genuine change your face, but they still call it these things, yeah. Even the tissue we know, and I thought, well, if I didn't document anything, I would analyse anyway the actual reality of my body. And anyway, when I didn't know I was a certain ugly freak, I was genuinely a sexually attractive man, or whatever, and that's just a thing, whatever, I suppose, and a full anatomical body woman or man. And what a waste and what a horrible loss, whatever, because it genuinely was I genuinely did have a different facial feature entirely, and I just was a one, just very individual guy, and no, not really, nothing like that, however. I suppose they didn't get to know who I was, and probably this is evidence to me. No, they didn't know you, and it wasn't like I was invisible. It literally I probably experienced like a coherent thing that genuinely just wasn't ever known, including my face. And my face was pretty different, whatever. Maybe it's interesting. Well, no, it wasn't like that. I wasn't like that. I wasn't. Really, no, I wasn't. It's really bad to say that when it becomes so distinct as who I was from having a deep voice in the beginning, and it became reality, and it was permanent, and whatever. I don't know, really. Well, anyway, be a peace, time machine, Adam and Eve, peace. Peeves. But I didn't have anything genuinely wrong with me, and I was the most believable, honest man at the time, and I was really lost the grace, the most advanced, and he advanced from his suffering. Advanced from his suffering, and we do extract it in some genuine advanced civilization, and well, and but you know, missing out. I did advance from suffering. Very ugly now, and I was so genuinely so tired. I wasn't even pretty. Like you couldn't even get pretty from me. And I would like to know